Welcome to Module 5, Lesson 6. Let's get started. Today we will be learning how to build non-unit fractions, less than one whole, from unit fractions. We are learning this so that we can understand fractions as equal parts of a whole. We will know that we are successful when we can use unit fractions to make a whole. This is fraction form. 1/2 looks like 1/2. 2 is the total number of parts in the whole. There's one part, two parts. And the 1 is how many parts are shaded. So there's one part that's shaded. So 1 out of 2 parts are shaded. There's 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, and 1/6. One seventh, 1/8, 1/9, and 1/10. What do you notice about the bottom number? The bottom number is getting larger. However, do you see that the shaded part is getting smaller? So the 1/2 remains the same. This is 1/2. 1/2. But the number of parts that it's split into is getting larger, so the pieces have to be getting smaller. Think about if you had a cookie and you were breaking it up into pieces to share with your friends. The more pieces you cut it or broke it up into, the smaller the pieces would be. What is the unit that the shape is partitioned into? Thirds, because there are 1, 2, 3 parts. So then what is the unit fraction? 1/3. The unit is one of the boxes, and there are 3 boxes in all, so 1 of the thirds. How much of the shape is shaded? 1/3. So if 1 out of 3 units is shaded, what is the fraction form? One over 3. Remember, this bottom number is how many units in one whole. So there are 1, 2, 3 units. That would be 3. And the top number is how many are shaded. One of them is shaded. So that would be the top number. The top number is what part? The bottom number is how many parts in all. Now 2 out of 3 units are shaded. How much of the shape is shaded? 2/3. So then what is the fraction? 2/3, because 2 out of the 3 parts are shaded. So let's look at fraction form again. In the fraction 2/3, the number on the top is how many equal parts are shaded, and the number on the bottom is how many equal parts are in all in the whole. So 2/3. In this figure, 2 out of 4 equal units are shaded. Let's find the unit form and the fraction form. So first we need to know how many are in all. There are 4 parts in all, and 2 of them are shaded. So 2/4. are shaded. And in fractions form, we would write the number 4 on the bottom because there are 4 parts in all, and the number 2 on top because 2 of those parts are shaded. So unit form is 2/4. Notice that the word fourths is spelled out. And fraction form is 2/4. Okay, it's time for our read, draw, write question. We're going to read the question together and pick out the most important parts. Then we'll draw a picture to help solve the problem. This could be any math model unless it's specified in the question. And then we'll write the answer as a sentence or more than one sentence. Mrs. Green had 3 cups of flour. She used 1 cup of flour to make pancakes, so she used or took away 1 cup. Draw a model that shows what fraction of her flour that Mrs. Green used. Then write a fraction to represent the flour that Mrs. Green has left. Okay, we're going over to our Google Jamboard. And I'm going to try and show both of the windows at the same time so we can continue to look at the question and the work that we're doing together. Okay, moved on to the next slide there. There we go. Mrs. Green had 3 cups of flour. She used 1 cup of flour to make pancakes. Draw a model that shows what fraction of her flour that Mrs. Green used. So our model has to have 3 parts, right? There are 3 cups. So I can use whatever model I choose. I like using a tape diagram, so that's easiest for me. And my tape diagram will have 3 parts. So this represents the 3 cups of flour. And each part is 1 cup, right? Draw a model that shows what fraction of her flour that Mrs. Green used. She used 1 cup. So I'm going to shade in 1 part. This is 1 cup used. Then write a fraction to represent the flour that Mrs. Green has left. So how much is left? 2 parts. So 2 out of 3 parts are left. I know that my fraction has the total number of parts on the bottom, which is 3. And I want the total number of parts that are left, which is 2. So now I've drawn, and I can then go on to writing my sentences. And I'm going to say, Mrs. Green has 2/3 of the flour left. She started with 3/3 and used 1/3, so that leaves 2/3. So let's look at our answer and see if we did that correctly. The answer is Mrs. Green used 1/3 of her flour. She had 2/3 of her flour left. Now it's your turn to do a read, draw, write question on your own. We'll read it together, And then you will pause the video and read it again, and you'll do the work on your own. You can use a Jamboard, a piece of paper and a pencil, or even a dry erase board. And when you feel satisfied with your answer, and you've done your very best work, look in the description box below where you'll find the correct answer. Uncle Sal had 4 packs of crackers. He gave away 3 packs of crackers. Draw a model to show how many packs of crackers he gave away. Then write a fraction to represent the crackers he has left. Okay, you can pause the video here, and I will see you in the next lesson.